Welcome, everyone. We don't even got a name for this, actually. Well, we do. Qatar from
Top.
afar. That's what the company told us about. Qatar from afar. That's what we're calling this. And look, Premier League is done for the foreseeable future for the next month. Champions League is off as well. We got the big one coming up, Kim. The Copa Mundial, the World Cup 2022, starting on Sunday, I believe, is the first game between Qatar and Ecuador. But look, we're here for one reason and one reason only.
Mm.
England's first game next week against Iran. Hey, well, you tell me. Actually, you're the Englishman here. I'm the tourist. I'm
Englishman.
the visitor. You tell me how you're feeling ahead of this World Cup as an England fan.
It's a weird one, actually, going into this World Cup. England, going into the Euros, there was a bit more optimism, it felt like. I don't know why. Maybe the results before that were a bit better. England World Cup 2018 got to a semi-final. So everyone was a little bit excited and stuff. With this one, the results in the Nations League were terrible. Everything was the squad is still good, but then a lot of players are actually not getting into the best form. You know what I mean? They're not going into it with the best form, sorry. Yeah. So there's a few question marks, there's a few injuries. So I am excited for it, but I'm more kind of like, let's see how the first game goes. You know what I mean? I want to see how the first game goes and understand where England are really at. But nah, with these lot, man, these England players, man, even though they ain't won a trophy yet, they've made tournaments decent of late, So I'm looking forward to it, man. It should be exciting. But who's the first game? Iran, right?
Yeah, Iran is the first game. And if we just look at this group in general, maybe you can give me some thoughts on the other teams. Iran, the US, and Wales. So it's not the most difficult group on paper, right? Of course, at a World Cup, anything can happen, but you're not looking at really any powerhouse of a nation, any team coming in on incredible form. You're looking at three very beatable teams on paper. Thing is, of England, look, we've seen in the past they've had very easy groups on paper, and they haven't gotten it done. I mean, under Gareth Southgate, not as much. But you look at 2010, first game you guys draw against the US, and you talk about that first game getting off on the right foot. Those two tournaments, I think of 2010 and 2014, where England drew to the US and then lost to Italy.
2018, Tunisia, last minute, Harry Kane.
Yeah.
It's like, how are you going? How are you going that? You know what I mean? You're going that far. You should be
start how you mean to go on, right?
Exactly. You should be trying to be getting rid of these type of teams. So Iran, even though it's Iran, and you may be thinking, oh, it's going to be an easy game. It might not be, bro. It might not be. So England still got to be wary, man. Remember going up against Iceland and that in 2016, getting bounced out? It ain't it. You know what I'm trying to say? So England can't ever be complacent because England ain't won nothing. You ain't got that arrogance. You can't have that arrogance. You got to still go and prove it. You know what I mean? So there is other favorites in this tournament. Brazil, Argentina, France are the holders. So England are kind of playing in that kind of can it happen moment. You know what I mean? They're not going in as the favorites, but you know what I mean? They still got a good enough squad to have a decent tournament, man. Honestly, Wales, that's always kind of like a local kind of game. You know what I mean? I remember at the Euro 2006 Euros when Daniel Sturridge, I think it's 2016, that happened when Sturridge scored the winner. So yeah, man, those are always exciting games. And US as well, bro. US is just another. It's like a Western, the Western world kind of battle, bro. You know what I mean?
This whole thing, England, Iran, and the US, we're doing politics FC over here, bro.
Bro, English-speaking nations and that. It's very interesting, man. Actually, it's a funny one, man. But you gotta be wary of people like Bale, and obviously US have a couple decent players, but you should be expecting, honestly. It doesn't always happen in terms of like 9 out of 9 points. But England should be looking to try and get 9 out of 9, man. Like, you're easily the favorites of this group. So I don't want to see no second place. None of that. Finish top of your group and then put yourselves in the best positions, regardless of what everyone else does,
Yeah. And look, the first game is a familiar foe for you, Kim. I don't know if you know this. Iran's manager is Carlos Queiroz.
Hey, my guy Carlos, it's right on, he's done a lot of jobs, innit? He's done a lot of jobs, but he's a good coach. I don't know about manager, bro. I've seen his management's not really been hitting like
Here's
that.
Here's the thing with Queiroz, right? He was the manager of Egypt during AFCON when they went to the final, and he was actually so the thing with him, right? He managed Iran in 2014 and 2018, and then he took a break. He left the team. He went to go coach Colombia. He coached Egypt to the AFCON final, and Iran, the manager that led them to this World Cup, they fired him like a month ago to rehire Kiros. This is his third tournament with the team.
That's crazy. Man said that he's that GOAT. He's that GOAT, boy. You know what I mean? So yeah, but yeah, man, as I said, England should be looking to get through that group
100
with relative ease, but you can never put anything past England, man. This Nations League build-up has been terrible.
Yeah, no, it has been horrible. I was at the game against Germany when they drew 3-3. That was probably the best performance they had. Losing to Hungary, losing to Italy, it wasn't great. But the World Cup is a fresh start, and we've seen good form from England at these tournaments, especially under Gareth Southgate. But look, the one question, especially for English fans, when it comes to their national team, I feel especially ahead of tournaments, is always who should be starting. And with Southgate, although to be fair, he's had solid success with the team, I don't think he's ever gotten the nation really on his side, right? Every decision he makes is scrutinized with like a massive magnifying glass or something like that. And it always comes down to his 11s. The guy is notorious for his back five, no matter, and I see a lot of people saying back five against Iran. Look, it could be Iran, it could be Argentina. He's going with his tried and trusted formation, his tried and tested soldiers. But today, we're not here to debate what Southgate would do. We're going to we'll make our own 2-11s. How should England line up for this first game against Iran?
That's my thing though. Like, I feel like, I don't know, with Kyle Walker injured, is he definitely going to go over back five? Is he going to go over back five? Like, you've got Luke Shaw, who can play left back. He doesn't need to play left wing back. He can play left back. You've got Trippier. You got Trent. I think he's going to go Trippier. But I think when I'm looking at it, I'm like, do England have to play a back five at this point? Kyle Walker is like the key of that back five, because he's that recovery defender that any single time the ball is over the top, he gets down, he gets them, he chases them down, he wins the ball. He's at our safety. He's at the ultimate like safety net, you know, like that plan B. So with him injured, I'm thinking, is he gonna play a back five? Like, if he does, then that's disappointing to me. I don't want to see Eric Dyer, or I wouldn't mind. To be fair, I wouldn't mind seeing Ben White in that position. I wouldn't mind seeing that. However, is it necessary to take away an extra midfielder to put in Ben White or whatever it is? I don't think it's Kyle Walker's need there is very, very key. So I'm just kind of thinking, as much as I like Ben White, I've always liked Ben White, but is it 100% necessary? I don't really know. You know what I'm trying to say? So I personally would go with a back four. I'd go with a back four personally. I wouldn't go with back five in this one, man. Honestly, you went with a back five versus Germany. Yeah, but Germany, I just feel like Germany obviously are one of them nations. They're a tough nation, blah, blah, blah. But
there were games in the Euros, to be fair, he went with a back four. He didn't go into every single game with a back five. The opening game, especially when Maguire was there, and you talk about Walker being the key one. The first game, they didn't have Maguire, if you remember, because he was coming back from injury, and Mings played in that back four. Tyrone Mings, a year later, what the hell happened to him? But yeah.
Bro, that's good that experiment has ended anyway. I think I'm hoping, I'm hoping he goes with a back four, bro. That's what I'm hoping. I feel like he wasn't playing a back five the whole of the Euros anyway.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe against the big team, he might do that. You know, Germany, that back five against Germany worked perfectly. I remember Germany getting through a few times, and Kyle Walker just boom. Thank you very much. You know what I'm trying to say? So I think he's still going to go over back four. And because Mason Mount was playing, Calvin Phillips was playing, Declan Rice was playing.
That's the thing, Cam. I was looking through the 11s.
He was playing a back four quite often
I was looking through the 11s, bro. Mount didn't start as many games as I think people are remembering, bro. There were a lot of games where Mount was coming off the bench, because I think the most used 11 was Mount. Yeah, bro. I was looking back. He didn't play as much as people think, bro. He obviously started a lot of games. Yeah, bro, because there were a lot of games where it was Phillips and Rice. Those were the two constants in there. And then when he played a back four, it was Mount for sure as the third midfielder. And sometimes he would play on the left. But towards the end of the tournament, a lot of it, if you remember, first game was Foden on the right. The last two games, I think it was Saka on the right.
Yeah, that's true. Mount had COVID.
And then, what's his name as well? Grealish started the game. Sancho started the game. So Mount didn't start every single game.
He had COVID.
Yeah, that's what it was.
He had COVID for, was it first 2 games or something like that? But when Mount was there, he was playing. When Mount was fit, he played. When Mount was fit, he played. I know Sancho started against Scotland, I believe it was.
Ukraine.
One game against Ukraine, whoever it was. But Mount was, because I remember talking through the tournament, like, bro, is this guy ever gonna get substituted, or is this guy ever? He's playing every single second, bro. Like literally. So if I remember, I'm sure when he was fit, he started and he pretty much never really got subbed. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah,
here's my thing with the back. Here's my thing with the back three, right? You talk about like I think you're looking at it almost more from like a defensive point of view, why Southgate plays the back three. But me personally, I think he uses the back three as a way of attacking, me personally, because I think he looks at his midfield, right? And I think he sees a lot of the same kind of profile in Rice, in Bellingham, even Calvin Phillips to an extent. We'll see how fit Calvin Phillips really is going to this tournament, because him and Walker were so crucial in that Euros that them being out for me is a big miss. But I think he looks at Bellingham and Rice as very, very similar players. They're guys who want to get on the ball and carry it forward. They're not going to be the ones who really drop deep and really dictate. Not that Rice can't, but his best game, you've even said it yourself, is as a box-to-box midfielder, all-action midfielder. And I think he looks at those two guys and thinks that the best system to really get the best out of them is that back five. Now, if Phillips is there, I think it's a totally different thing. But we're going to get into this 11. I agree with you. I would actually play with a back four. I know it's not going to happen. I'm almost convinced he's going to go with a back five. But me personally, I would look at a 4-2-3-1. And I think that the inclusion of one player in particular permits that 11 to really go forward. But we'll talk about it. Do you want to get the lineup up?
This lineup up. Give me a sec.
Yeah, this guy he's saying Sean Trippier more creative than the center mids. I wouldn't say creative, but I think they're more progressive in terms of they can really pick up the ball from deep and bring it forward rather than the midfielders. That's really the way I look at it.
England needs some players that can get on the ball properly,
control games,
all positions. You know what I'm trying to say? So
yeah, and I think you look, no matter what you think of the three center backs, I think all three of them are very good progressors of the ball. At least when Walker was there, White as well actually, but Maguire, Stones, and Kyle Walker are all three. Their progressive passing over 90 minutes is very high for most center backs. So I think that's really what was his thinking about all of this. We're gonna bring up the 11 right now. Where do you want to start? From the back, right?
Yeah, let's start from the back. The back. Let's see. So we're gonna go and goal. I think that's a no-brainer. Jordan Pickford.
Yeah.
No shout of Nick Pope or anything like that. It's gonna be Pickford.
I was hoping for Pope earlier in the season, but that game against Germany, I think it's over for him.
I'm trying to do more, as much as what I want. Right, I'm trying to do as much as more of what I want, as well as what I think as well at the same time. Southgate. So I'm trying to mesh these thoughts. I'm not going to do like anything that I think that, you know what I'm trying to say. You get what I'm saying, innit? Like a little bit of realism.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to turn around.
We're not going to make just our dream 11, right? We want to add some reality to it.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So
we'll start with left back. Left back, I think it is pretty straightforward as well.
We'll start at right back. Okay.
So right back, I'm starting Trippier personally.
You're starting Trips.
Yeah, I'm starting Trips.
Yeah, I think because I think he's gonna start Trips. I'm gonna start Trips. He's on great form this season.
Yeah, he's the best right back in the league this year.
Trent. There was a chance that he might not even went if Reece James was fit. Yeah. So being realistic, I think he's gonna start Trippier as well. I think Maguire is a shoe-in as well. Personally, what do you think? Or do you think it's
definitely. And me personally, I would start him. I think his form for England hasn't been worthy of dropping him. He always turns up in these tournaments. He's been part of that spine. I would start Harry Maguire and I'd start John Stones. You talk really about partnerships, right? And John Stones made the point about it. That partnership, that relationship that they've been building over the last four or 5 years has been crucial to what England do. And to break it up right before a tournament, I think was naive of people to think.
Yeah, I think Stones and Maguire will play.
Yep. And then your boy.
Stones and Maguire. And then we'll move into midfield.
Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, we'll move into midfield.
Midfield hype.
We'll move into midfield. I think a no doubt Declan Rice is starting.
Okay, we'll leave left back till the end.
He's one of them players. I think he's one of them players who's just gonna No, oh, this is a bit. Hold on, this is kind of getting in my
Yeah,
eye.
no, you can do jersey text color though.
Oh, see, this kind of lit. No, but how do I make the actual text? I want to change the text color, bro.
Jersey text.
Oh yeah, England got this little blue thing anyway. Yeah, there we go.
That's kind of cold.
That's kind of cold, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, that's kind of lit still. Let's see. All right, cool. Anyway,
but here's the thing, right, Kim? Rice has to play. I completely agree.
He's 100% playing every game.
100%. And I told you, my dad is heavy on the Declan Rice hype right now, bro. Mr. Bouzidi is heavy on Declan Rice at the moment. But this is where my issue comes into play, and where you talk about England don't really have a natural dictator from deep in that team. And in fact, when was the last time they produced one? Maybe Michael Carrick. That's the last time they really had someone who can sit in front of the back four and control a game.
Yes.
And in a double pivot with Jude Bellingham next to him, I don't think it works. I think Calvin Phillips has to be fit for this tournament for them to play a double pivot.
You reckon?
I'm convinced.
Yes, it's a tough one because Rice is definitely going to play. Yeah. So then you're basically saying it's between Bellingham and Phillips.
Me personally, if Phillips was fit, I'd play him.
Because people are saying like Phillips is I see a comment from Abdullah. It says Phillips is a 6. The only natural 6. But in the World Cup, in the Euros, Phillips was the one that was initiating the press. He was the one that was running all over the pitch. It was Declan Rice that was playing 6. And for me, Declan Rice is somebody that he can ball carry, gets up the pitch as well. He's somebody that wants to get about. If you want to get the West Ham Declan Rice, he's got to be a bit more alternate. He can alternate with his partner. Souček, I think, is top 5 in tackles and interceptions in the Prem this season. I think Rice is in the top 5 for interception.
But but West Ham don't control games though. That's the whole issue.
Of course, that's what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say. So when you look at Declan Rice in a team like England, where it's slower and all that type of stuff, they're trying to require him to get the ball and pass it about, and it's not his necessary natural game. So that's why England still needs someone that's going to be able to. He's getting better at it, but he still needs. It's going to be different with England, man. In England, it's slow, bro. In international football, it's slow. It's sideways. It's this, it's that. So it's going to be tough to see who plays beside him. But I think because Bellingham has all that kind of hype around him and he's having a good season, he's having a very good season.
Of course.
I think he's going to start. I think he's going to start. And Phillips is struggling with injury.
That's the thing for me. That's why I think, and that's why I keep saying, I think he's going to play a back 5. Because I think in a back 5, with those 3 players in behind them, progressing, doing like the responsibility in that sense, then I think you can afford Rice and Bellingham a bit. But in a back 4, it's a bit of a worry. I got this question for you, right? You talk about
game. Sorry, bro. Just so quickly. For the first game, I think Bellingham will start. Getting later in the rounds, I think Calvin Phillips will start. But go on.
I was going to say, you talk about international football being slower, a lot more sideways passing, a lot more intricacy. And then you talk about England, right? And that's never been the thing for England in midfield. You look at Gerrard and Lampard in particular. Do you talk to me about that, right? As an England fan who witnessed those England failings with those 2 in the middle. And a lot of people, whether you agree with this or not, put that failure in that England setup to Gerrard and Lampard not being able to work and forcing Scholes out wide. Give us your insight into that.
I don't think it's always been just Lampard and Gerrard's fault. I think England lacked a lot. With this golden generation that people talk about, England didn't have a proper dribbler in that team. England didn't have a proper. You look at the other nations, they had Luis Figos, who helped knock out England, I think, in 2000. They had Zidane. France had Zidane. Portugal also had Cristiano and all these guys that can get on the ball and really make things happen often. England, we had Wayne Rooney, Lampard, Gerrard, but they weren't them guys who in any moment were going to produce this particular magic that a Zidane could, that a Figo could. And these guys, England were always just a level below. I always say it, British players, when it comes to like the real elites, they're always just a level below for me. You know what I mean? Lampard and Gerrard were 2 hybrids. They weren't proper centre midfielders, bro. You know what I mean? So when they came,
you ain't got to tell me that. You ain't got to tell me that.
They weren't proper centre midfielders. They were hybrid midfielders, bro. They want to be here. They want to be there. They want to be in the box. Gerrard wants to be sliding tackle here and then run down there. They were never proper center midfielders. That's why when they came up against Vieiras and random guys like Manish and Thiago and these guys who are just proper center midfielders who get the ball, know their job, pass it this way, pass it that way. England always got schooled. And now you look at the Euros, exact same thing happened, bro. England, we got a bunch of hybrids in midfield at the moment. Declan Rice, Mason Mount, what's my man's name? Calvin Phillips. You come up against Verratti, you come up proper specialists who are just gonna be there, know their role. England will lose those games, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I always say it, bro. England have quality. You got a lot of quality. However, when it really comes to that upper echelon, England always falls short because they just haven't got that. People are saying Joe Cole, but I'm sorry, like Joe Cole's not Ronaldinho in 2002. You know what I mean? Joe Cole's not Rivaldo. This is the level I'm talking about. You know,
I like this comment, Cam. When England were in their golden generation, teams like France and Brazil were in their platinum generation.
Exactly. Why are we acting like France didn't have Patrick Vieira, Makelele, and Zidane as a midfield three? Can we?
That's correct.
What?
Correct. That's stupid.
What? You know what I'm trying to say? Like England, we talk about our ones, but there was still levels in this game, bro. There was still levels in this game. And that's why my teams for England are always about the players who can get on the ball and play. Because other nations have players who can get on the ball and play, bro. You get where I'm coming from? So that's what I feel like England always want to go for the nitty-gritty, and you got to change their style of play, bro. You got to change their style of play. That's how I see it. You know,
or you just got to develop. You got to completely change the way you guys are developing midfielders in the country. Obviously, that takes a generation. You've seen like in the past, like nations for them to be able to do that starts at grassroots football. But yeah, England for me, I keep saying it. How many of those players that we're talking about that kind of profile like a Busquets or a deep lying midfielder? He's not running box to box. He's not shooting from 40 yards out. He doesn't have an engine. He's not extremely fast, but the brain can control the game from deep.
The only player that we've had was later on in his career was like a Scholes, and Scholes was thinking about coming out of retirement. It's a shame that he never did, but even if he did, them England squads were mid as hell anyway, so it's no point. But Scholes was the only one, maybe that Scholes was the only one, and Michael Carrick. I'm telling you now, yeah, if England just had if the coaches, should I say, the coaches for England had the confidence. Yeah, one thing about the England back in the day, the media had too much power on England, right? Had too much pressure on England.
Yeah.
If England managers back in the day had the guts to just say, do you know what? My midfield is going to be Scholes, Carrick, let's say, for example, and one of Lampard or Gerrard.
I always say that, yeah.
One of them, or one of Lampard or Gerrard, or you know what? It's going to be Rooney, and it's going to be Lampard right off him, and then it's going to be someone else, and then it's going to be a Carrick, or it's going to be I don't even care who you want to say, a random DM who will just stay there. If England had that mentality, it could have been good, but no, you had to stuff in Lampard, Gerrard, Owen, Rooney, Beckham. Forced it, bro. They forced it massively and messed up an opportunity, but.
Do you think? I was gonna say, looking at that, that's a good point that you just brought up there. Now you look at Gareth Southgate's team, and I feel like there still is that media pressure. Like, oh, we have to play Foden. Maddison has to be on the plane. This player has to play. Grealish has to play during the Euros. But Southgate has really been kind of firm to his beliefs and firm to his footballing philosophy and not given into that. And do you kind of think that's the reason why this team has had so much success? Because Southgate has kind of ignored the cries for the nation to play 4-3-3 and play all his attacking players and kind of just stuck to what he believes in?
Yeah, see, that's the problem, right? When you got with Southgate, he's more about let's just get results. I don't care about names, which is fine, but that's why we don't get to see good football. And that's why I still think, though, not necessarily this is Southgate's fault, but at the highest level, England are always going to fall short because they don't have those players that can calm the game down, cool it down. England went 1-0 up at home nation against Italy and proceeded to give the game to Italy for the rest of the match. That's crazy. While Jorginho, as much as people want to say whatever they want about J5 or whatever, bro, England need a player like him, you know? Like, bro.
Yeah, defo, badly.
He was dropping it, boom, 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 variety, boom, boom. They were having a whale of a time. You know what I'm trying to say? And Jorginho is not a world-class player or anything to me, but he knows what he's doing. He knows his role in midfield. He's not a hybrid. He's not going to pop up here. He's not going to pop up there. He's not going to try to defend. He's just going to play. And that's the thing that England needs. So as much as Southgate does well to get results, he still needs to do something to adjust it to win at the highest level. Because you look at England's games against the biggest teams, they still lose, bro.
Yeah.
They still lose. England's record against the biggest teams are still not great. You know what I'm saying? So there still needs to be an improvement. But he's doing a calm job, I guess. But yeah, I don't think England have many specialists, but I try and get as many players that I think as a safety pass, I can pass it to that guy and he's going to control the ball and he's going to at least be able to retain it for a couple of seconds. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why I always try and get as many ball players in my team as possible. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
100%. All right, let's get back to this team then. You look at that midfield. So you're going Rice and Bellingham then, I'm guessing.
I'm going to go Rice and Bellingham for the first game. The first game, this is our lineup for Iran, innit? So I'm going to go Bellingham because I believe Calvin Phillips is not fit. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I think later in the tournament, Calvin Phillips will play. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go Bellingham. Were you saying you're good with that?
There's, like you said, there's no one really else. Henderson this season has been a corpse. Like I think he's really going for the sake of experience and for the sake of, I would say experience is the number one option. Who else did they really even bring in that position? Deep lying midfielder. I think Bellingham and Rice is the way to go.
All right, calm. So this is where it gets a bit all, you know what I mean? This is where it gets all interesting.
This is the contentious options here.
We shouldn't waste our time. We're just going to put Harry Kane in there. So Kane. Now in this role, in this position, the number 10 that kind of player that you need in there, I'm going Phil Foden.
Really?
Phil Foden. I'm going Phil Foden. Phil Foden's arguably England's most talented player. Phil Foden has found a knack for goals this season. Phil Foden is just overall a fantastic player. Madison is injured, right? Madison is injured, people.
It's true. That's true. I forgot about that.
I'm telling you now, Madison is forcing it. He's not fit.
They already said he missed the last 2 days of training, England training. He hasn't been fit.
He missed the last 2 days of training and came off injured in his last one. But it's the fairy tale story right now. It's all the heartstrings. No one wants to see Madison drop out. However, Madison is injured, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Me, I'm going at international duty. I'm going Phil Foden in midfield. I've seen Phil Foden play 2 games for England midfield, and I think he was the man of the match in both games. He is a baller, and Pep has seemed to make people think that this guy is a winger, bro. The guy is not a winger, bro. Like, maybe in a Pep system, it can cut through because they have so many ballers. However, I don't know where this guy went, but however, for me, Phil Foden is a midfielder. So I am putting Phil Foden in midfield. Top player, comfortable on the ball, can dribble from deep. That's what I'm going.
I completely forgot James Maddison was injured, bro. And that actually changes everything for me because now I'm going back 5. I was going to go... we're gonna keep it like this, right? But now that I know James Maddison, this guy says I'm on that Algerian internet. Nah, man, I'm going to back 5 because James Maddison. Because for me, you talk about specialists, right? In every single position, that number 10, there's one number 10 specialist in that entire squad, and it's the man that no one expected Southgate to take, James Maddison. Without him, I hear your shout about Foden. But I don't know, man.
The thing about James Maddison in that role, the reason why Gareth Southgate won't do it is because he will think that too much needs to be centered and perfect for James Maddison to succeed. That is how he will see it. Maddison is fantastic, has an eye for goal, blah, blah, blah. However, Maddison, for me, when you have Phil Foden, someone that I think you can get in the ball and he can take 2-3 out of the game, that's what I like. You know what I mean? And I think Foden just has that brain. He just has that brain. Like, there's something, I feel like there's something about Foden that I think people are getting bored of Foden. That's the issue. I think he had the hype, and now it's like, oh, we know you're sick. Now what? I think he's reached that, and like he's only 20. What is it? 21, 22. But I think people are
he's
bored
young.
of him, bro. I think people are bored of him. That's what I think it is. So when I start seeing the way people talk about Foden sometimes, I'm like, bro, this guy is the top player. He's a top baller. Why are people?
Let me ask you this
No.
though, Kim. This has always been my concern with Foden.
Just one thing, Liaz. Last thing,
Yeah.
If Phil Foden, was from any other nation, we will be saying, flipping hell, what a talent. What a player. It's crazy that a Phil Foden is skeptical. If we're like, can you start for England? Oh, wow. It's crazy.
It's
bro.
ridiculous. Yeah. He's a Brazilian talent.
It's like, it's mad. Actually mad, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, you look at Brazil. You're always talking about Brazil. They got Paqueta. They might have Paqueta playing number 10. I'm sorry, I'm saying Phil Foden over someone like that all day, every day.
So, but here's my thing with Foden though, right? And this might be different, but I think it's a concern that probably even Pep felt. And it's always been that like Foden plays the game for me at his best when it's very fast and when it's very off the cuff and when it's very chaotic. I've always felt that that's when Phil Foden has played his best football. And I think that's a reason for me why Pep has always played him on the left, because he doesn't think he's ready. You know what the word is that they use on tactical Twitter? La pausa. Foden has never really had la pausa to his game. Now, the thing is, as he's gotten older, what you say?
What do you mean by that? As in like
pausa is kind of like what the Spanish use as a term to say like the ability to slow the game down, like while you're running with the ball. Like Iniesta has pausa. That's kind of like a good example of it. But that's always been what Pep has said, that he doesn't feel like he can kind of like slow the game down. His best games come when the game is fast and he can play off the cuff. Now, as he's gotten more mature,
twice. I know it's only 2 times, but he balled in midfield, bro, in the center midfield.
Yeah, this is kind of it. This is to slow down the rhythm of a game. That's pausa.
But the thing is, right? You see, as I said, you know how I said international duty is slower, and sometimes you need them ball carriers. Do you remember when England randomly just decided that Wilshere always end up getting injured? But do you remember Wilshere was kind of like that for Arsenal, where maybe he couldn't slow it down, but he could get in the ball, take people on, blah blah blah. He played about 5-6 games for England in midfield, where he was the one that's able to get on the ball in the center of the park. Yeah, without being maybe wide or in the 10 or anything like that, he was able to get involved. He was unbelievable, bro. He was England's best player by a million miles.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think your things translate differently, bro, from international and club level. And I think Foden can do it, man.
I just worry, bro, with Bellingham. With Bellingham and Rice in behind him, bro, I worry. I worry about those three because I don't think you have anyone who can really slow the game down.
You think it'll be better with Maddison?
With these two, bro, listen, like I said, I wouldn't play these two in a double pivot anyways. But yeah, I would trust Maddison more at the 10. I just think he's more natural in that position. Now, me personally, I can't remember these England games that you're talking about. I probably didn't even watch them. So I can't speak on those performances. If you've seen Foden ball out in midfield for England, I'll take your word for it.
Bro, the thing is, this England are a crazy nation, man. I swear now, bro. Oh man, England's.
They said one was Andorra away.
Doesn't matter who is away or not. I'm gonna say it doesn't matter. I don't even remember if it was Andorra away. But these are the games England play. He hasn't been able. Fam, people look. The same thing as what I'm saying is. Do you really think Foden wide for England is going to be the same Foden that you see for Man City?
Definitely not.
Don't joke with that one, bro. Do not joke with that one, bro. It's not going to be the same. This is exactly why I said when Jadon Sancho played for England, I said, the Jadon Sancho you see, the exact same tweet I said, the Jadon Sancho you see for England is the same one you're going to see for Man United because they are the ones that play similar, not Dortmund, not Dortmund Jadon Sancho. And people saw that. You can't put Foden wide, in my opinion, in a Southgate system. It's not the same as a Pep one. It's not the same. So, anyway.
Fairs. Now, we'll keep him there. Like I said, now that I know Maddison is even fit, I would go to a back 5. But regardless, we'll go with Rice, Bellingham, and Foden. You can play Foden at number 10.
I'm going.
Where do you want to go?
This would be my team anyway. That's what I'm saying. This would be my team.
Where do you want to go to next? Left wing?
Yeah, let's go left wing.
Okay. Look.
I'll let you state who you want for left wing first.
I won't even hesitate. I would play Raheem Sterling. And I know Raheem Sterling is in very arguably, bro. Let's call a spade here, right? Probably the worst form of his club career, at least, especially since he's left Liverpool. He's found it extremely difficult since joining Chelsea. He hasn't found the same chances falling to him. But Raheem Sterling, in my opinion, has been England's best performers the last 2 tournaments. Even at the World Cup, I don't think he scored a goal, but I still think he was the driving force for that England team. And at the Euros, forget about England's best player. I thought he was the tournament's best player. I thought he was that good. And he's one of those players, right? And every national team, in my opinion, has that. A player that no matter how they're playing for club, for their country, always stands out, always steps up when it's needed. The one that I think of in particular is Miroslav Klose. Miroslav Klose, every single time he was called upon for Germany, turned up. It didn't matter whether he was scoring goals for Bayern or not, whether he was scoring goals for Werder Bremen or not, Lazio or not. When he put on that white kit for Germany, you know what you're getting from him. And Sterling, I look at him the exact same way. And the experience that he brings, the talent that he has, the role that he provides for this team, Sterling starts for me on the left.
Sterling. See, the thing is, I can't even really argue with Sterling because obviously Sterling's played well for England in the last tournament. In the same time, he was going into that tournament without great form as well. But, it was the whole home nation thing, Wembley, his home plate, his home, where he grew up and all that type of stuff. So it all worked out. But again, for my team, I need ball players. I need people that are going to internationally.
Say the name, man. You don't even got to tell me. Say your name, bro. Headband Jack.
For me, I would personally go with Jack Grealish in it. That will be me because I just think the connection between Foden and Grealish, two people will go to who we want on the right hand side as well. Two people who get on the ball, can dribble in central areas, control. I just think these are the right, retain the ball in higher positions. That's why I'm doing that. That's why I'm doing it. People don't understand. People don't see the vision yet, man. People don't see the vision. I'm telling you, people don't see the vision. They think it's all about like high intensity running behind. It's not about that, bro. It's not. But listen, because we're doing realism, because we're doing realism as well, like including Gareth Southgate's thoughts, I'm gonna go Sterling.
But here's another thing too, right?
Be Jack Grealish, but that's me.
I'll tell you this. I think this is a great point, right? Because here's the thing too, because now you're playing with a 10 in Foden. That kind of Foden is dynamic, right? He's not gonna just stay in behind the striker. He's gonna move around. It's gonna be a fluid front four. Let's be real about it. But we know Kane, especially in 22. Likes dropping deep, likes kind of falling into the little hole and spraying balls all across the pitch. And he needs runners. And look, I remember this one game against Spain a few years ago, England-Spain, where I think it was Kane, Sterling, and Rashford. And I'm not suggesting let's play Rashford here, but those three, Kane kind of just finding those guys in behind with his ability, with his vision, with his range and passing. I think you need to surround Harry Kane with runners. I think you absolutely have to.
See, that's my problem. That's my problem, though, because Kane, can you just stay the hell up top? See, in my team, this is the thing. That's the difference.
Oh, you're coaching this team too.
In my team, Kane should just stay up front. Kane's performances for England are damn meaty, bro. Yeah. I don't know why no one's honest about this.
Like this guy, for example, Kane drops deep for Southgate. Let's be real here.
Bro, Kane's performances for England are meaty. He was carried all the way until nearly the semi-finals, bro. Kane's performances, yes, he ends up getting a goal or whatever. However, this whole notion that we should be having Kane drop deep to do these silly long balls to Raheem Sterling, for me, is jarring. That is not how England are gonna win games, bro. I don't like that. I don't like that setup. That's just me in it, but everyone's different. You know what I mean?
Cam is basically wearing a Casio watch and telling us it's a Rolex, man. You can't see the vision, bro.
Fair enough. But I just don't like that. This guy said Foden's meaty for England. Foden hasn't even really been given a real go. You know what I mean? He played 2 games right wing and never got a minute for the rest of the tournament. However, people like Mason Mount and all these type of guys can perform poor for how long? I don't know, man. I ain't feeling the whole Kane drops deep. Like, do I want Kane scoring goals or not? I want Kane scoring goals. I don't want him dropping deep. And this isn't the Conte system or whatever, where he has Son and all these man. We're trying to basically say, Sterling has to be his son. That's what we're saying. That ain't it. In the Euros, that didn't work. Sterling ended up having to complete the most dribbles, I believe it was, of the whole tournament.
Yep.
England scraped through how many games? Was it 1-0 in the first game? I think it was 1-0 in the second game. Kane got
1-0, 0-0, 1-0, 1-0, 2-0, and then they had the 4-1 against Ukraine. But it's a lot of one goal wins.
He got carried until about, bro, the whole tournament, he didn't really do much, bro. Yeah, I mean, even in the game against Germany where he scored, Grealish put it on a plate for him. Yeah. Sterling scored the opener. But, hey, we move.
Who you got on the right then?
With Sterling. So it's tough with the right wing and the left back. It's a tough kind of situation here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You thinking of any names in particular? You got any names on the top?
We got 2 positions left, yeah?
Yeah.
This is tough still. This is tough.
Let me hear some of your options, bro. What you thinking?
What am I thinking?
Yeah.
Because these are 2 key areas in the team. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I know you love your attacking fullbacks too.
I love attacking fullbacks for real. And the thing is, there's options. There's maybe my team, I might go Sterling on the right potentially. You know what I mean? There's Trippier can play left back as well.
Interesting.
And maybe I would get Trent in.
Interesting.
And there's Saka. There's the option of Saka, versatile player.
Yeah. How versatile? How versatile is Saka, Ken?
I think this is damn. Because I need someone that can get behind, like connect, you know what I mean, and get behind Sterling. You know what I mean? And keep the pitch wide. I need someone that can, I love it so wide. England so wide. You know what I mean?
Holy
shit. I think we got a good ball carrier. We got a good ball carrier in Saka.
Just say the name, man. Just say the name, man.
Nah, so do you know what? So which one are we going first? Are we going left back or are we going right wing back?
We'll go left back. We'll go left back. We'll go left back.
We'll go left back.
Who's your left back?
I like it wide, you know what I mean?
Pause. That was crazy.
So wide. And you think about it, I think, how many assists has Shaw got in the last couple seasons?
I don't know. I did see a stat for Shaw.
What going for my man? People, I don't know, because
1 sec. I think Shaw.
Look at this guy, bruv. Look at this guy, people. What's this guy on, man?
All right, the ops don't want me to. The feds don't want me to talk about Shaw's stats, bro. They know it's not double digits. My internet giving up on me for.
They ain't trying to hear them.
I think I read that it was like 11 goal contributions in 22 or 23 for England. So look, England. Yeah. For England, Shaw is reliable.
How many assists did Saka get at left back when he played for Arsenal? I think it was about 10 in the season.
Don't ask me, man. Keep me out of this shit, bro. Don't involve me in your beef with these guys, man.
You know what? Because I'm doing realism, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know I know what Southgate would do. I'm gonna go Luke Shaw at left back.
I know it hurts you to type that out.
I'm gonna go Luke Shaw. He's lucky Chilwell got injured. You know what I'm trying to say. So I'm
Chilwell hype, bro. Stop that. Stop that.
Luke Shaw at left back. Luke Shaw at left back. That's fine. You know what I'm trying to say. And then I'm gonna go. And then at right wing.
Yeah, we got our right wing.
We took Rashford, right?
We did take Rashford.
We took Rashford and
took Mount. Mount can play on the right.
Mount can play on the right as well.
Yeah.
Callum Wilson, he likes to drift.
Yep. Can even move Foden onto the right and put another midfielder in there.
Maybe put Kane in the 10 or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then Callum Wilson just, you know what I'm saying? Or like Callum Wilson can make them runs like this. Because you know 100%. Kane drops deeps. You know what I mean?
Kane I got you. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Can even play Grealish can play Grealish at 10, Foden on the right, Sterling on the left. Yeah, you got options.
Grealish used to drift when he's at Villa. Sometimes he'll pop up on the right and complete dribbles as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Trent even playing as an auxiliary right winger. I could honestly see the vision for that.
Yeah, that's true. Because if Trent plays right wing, then he allows Bellingham to get in and around him, and then he can move into the central role as well.
Yeah. I see the vision, bro. I see the vision.
Yeah. Damn.
What's your final verdict then?
You know what? My final verdict is going to be.
We could even call up Sancho, bro. The tournament hasn't really started yet. You could still give him a call
Maddison's
up.
Injured as well. We got that injury kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got that injury kind of allowance. I don't know. You know,
Harvey Barnes even. Yeah, bro. We got options at that right wing position. Southgate's got a real tactical headache.
Everyone is saying they love explosiveness and they love people that can run. Barnes, I think, can feel that as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what? Where's Marcus Edwards?
He's at home. He's at home. We should bring him. He left-footed option on the right.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Do you know what? But in the end, I'm gonna go with Saka. It's Saka.
This is hating like you'll never see before.
Nah, I'm just winding.
All-time level hating.
I'm just winding them up, man. I'm just winding them up, bro. That is too funny, bro. That is too funny. Of course, Saka's gonna hold down the right-hand side. You know what I mean? He's played well for England. That little cameo the other day against Germany. He's on good form. He's top of the league at the moment. You know what I mean? So we got Arsenal representative in there. So I'm gonna go Saka. I think he can have a big tournament again. You know what I'm trying to say? He's another one that he can in a 1v1 position, he can cause something to happen.
Outside, inside.
Bro, look at this team. Look at this team. There's a serious lack of ball retention in this team.
That's what I was gonna say, bro. I can think of 5 teams that are popping this team off the park, bro.
This is why I wanted the Grealishes in there. This is why I wanted, but Saka, 100% Saka is gonna start, man. I'm only pulling everyone's legs, man. I'm winding them up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Saka in right wing. He's probably one of the surefires in that position.
Yeah,
Saka, Rice, Kane. I think actually not Saka, probably Sterling, Kane, Rice, Pickford, Shaw, and Maguire are probably.
I was going to say, what do you think Southgate's team is now? Now that we've seen this. Guys, this is Cam's England team for the first game against Iran.
Man said this is Cam's team. If we're going to do what with Southgate's team, it'll be different.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Let's see what would you say Southgate's teams are?
I think Southgate's team, Mount.
First of all, move one of those midfielders into a back 5.
Yeah, I think Mount. See, this is the thing. No, he's got a problem on his hands. See, you know what I mean? Like, because that means he won't start Saka because he's starting Sterling. But
I don't think he's going to start Mount. I think it'll be Sterling, Kane, Saka.
He loves Mount, fam. He loves Mount.
Hey, man. He didn't play him against Germany when I was there. Or he brought him off the bench.
All right, so it'll probably be something like this. If we're going Gareth Southgate's team, it'll probably be something like this.
Yeah.
Just not enough retention in this team, man. It's
not. Go what? Stones in the middle, Ben White on the right.
Yeah, he'll probably go. Yeah, he'll probably go White or Dyer. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Dyer, but
if he plays Dyer, bro, honestly, what? Come on.
Stones and White, man. That's a similar profile right there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, but this is Southgate's team in my mind. this is what Southgate's team will be. If he can have Walker fit, he'll play Walker, but it'll be Pickford, Trippier, White, Stones, Maguire, Shaw, Rice, Bellingham, and it's honestly between him.
This team is meaty as hell, bro.
It's between him and Mount, I think. It's between him and Mount, and that's no diss to Saka or anything. I just think he loves Mason Mount. He loves
that
Mason
shit stinks, bro. That shit stinks.
That's England, isn't it?
Y'all are about to fluke another tournament run too. That's the worst part about all of this.
This chat is the one that's telling me, hey, don't play Grealish. Hey, don't play Foden. Hey, blah, blah, blah. But they don't like ballers, man. You guys don't like ballers.
I'm looking at the midfield. Forget about the wingers, bro. I'm looking at the midfield. That shit stinks, bro.
If Phillips is fit, which he's not, I don't think for the first game. He'd play. He'll play. But I'm saying, I think for the first game, I think if he has to play the five at the back, then he's going to play Bellingham because that's the only other option, bro. Yeah, I mean, let's go play Jordan Henderson. He's not doing that. Listen, I've seen it. I've seen everyone in the comments now. Anyone in this comments that try and say that they like ballers, cap.
Stone's the top 3 ball carrier in this 11, bro. Facts.
Cap. No, it's not man. This is what man them want, man. This is what the comment section. This is what the chat want. This is what the chat want.
Now that you see how mid the team is, it's not we anymore. It was never we, bro. It was a slip of the tongue.
This is what the chat want. As I said, the chat don't like technical ability. Here's your team. There you go. You can have that. That's fine. That's fine. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think? Okay, so let me ask you this now. Let me ask you this. This is the 11 against Iran. Let's just go forward 3 days in advance. This is what Gareth Southgate selects against Iran. What is the final score? Give me your prediction.
I believe England are going to beat Iran 2-0. 2-0. Yeah, 2-0. I'll get Harry Kane will get on a score sheet and maybe a substitute or something. Or maybe I'm going to go Kane and Saka 2-0. If Saka starts, Kane and Saka. If not, then Kane and I don't know who.
Okay. I'll go 2-0 as well for England. I think Sterling and Kane, 2 best players on the team. They'll score.
Yeah, that's it then. That's what people think. You know what I mean? You guys like no technical ability 11. That's fine. It's funny, the technical ability is all in most of the technical abilities in the defense there, mate.
Yeah. Shaw for sure. Right? White, yeah. Stones,
Trippier, White,
and Shaw.
Yeah, I'm saying
for sure.
But we move, man. We move. But yeah, man,
that's it
right there. What about you? What did you say? 2-0?
I said 2-0, but bro, here's the thing for England. I have England going. Go ahead.
Look what Kay says. I see myself playing behind the striker in the future, or one of the 8s or 10s at Man City. Hopefully, in the future, I can play there more and show more of my game that I know I am. Anyone that looks at Foden and thinks that he can't play in midfield, I can't help you. And this is one of those ones that I will be right in the future because you'll see.
You can't help Pep then.
No, Pep can't help Pep. Bro, Pep
eventually.
Eventually. He has mad options. Yeah, I'm trying to say he has mad options at the moment, but it's going to happen. Phil Foden will end up playing in midfield because that's what he can do, bro. I've seen Phil Foden play from the academy days, bro. Man, think that Phil Foden was hanging left wing. No, he wasn't, bro. Like, only this nation, bro. Only this country, bro. Only this country.
I'm weak, man. Anyways, this is it. The World Cup is right around the corner. Guys, we got so much content coming your way. If you haven't seen it yet, myself and Cam, we discussed Brazil versus Argentina and Neymar versus Messi in basically the context of who needs this tournament more. 25-minute video, good content for you guys. You might have seen some of the clips floating around on Twitter. Make sure you guys go check that out. Leave a like on that video. Leave a like on this video as well. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're going to be coming to you guys so often during this World Cup with great content. Yeah.
Stop his time.
Anything else you want to add? Yeah.
Stop his time on Sunday live. I think that's going straight after. I don't know. Actually, I think that might be straight after the Qatar game. I think I
believe so.
Is there 2 games on Sunday? Just one.
Just one.
Yeah, I think it's after the Qatar game. We'll be doing our predictions. Who we think is going to win the tournament. top scorer, goal, player of the tournament, young player of the tournament, sweepstake. We're gonna do a sweepstake as well. So guys, make sure you're tuned into that one, man. And then Monday we'll be live again. The Stoppage Time crew. We're gonna be live on remotely. We're gonna be here doing a live stream. Me, Maze, and Fuad will do a live stream for the game. So after the England game. So yeah, man. Guys, turn on the notifications. That's the most important thing, because not every time we have time to be tweeting it or putting it on our Instagram, wherever you see it. Turn on the notifications so it comes to you straight away. But yeah, that's about it, man. And everyone put 1-0 on Qatar. Put 1-0 on Qatar.
What happened to not encouraging gambling?
Put 1-0 on Qatar, boy. Oh, no.
Anyways, without further ado, guys, this has been myself, Lias, my boy Culture Cams. We'll see you next time. Peace.